Outlet Liquor is your place to buy a case. Stock up and save when you shop the lowest prices available every day at Outlet Liquor. You never have to wait for a sale. The more you buy, the more you save. Only at Outlet Liquor.
What's your outlet?
Folks, happy Friday, Junior, Thursday night, wherever you are from. Happy NFL draft night. But as far as we're concerned, it is Sabres game nights, Bruin Sabres, brought to you by the place to buy a case, Outlet Liquor. Whether it's the NFL draft or any special event, always make Outlet Liquor your place to buy a case. And let's get our crew in here. We have a full house. We got, of course, Gatesy35 on Twitter. We got your side bay's favorite Sabres analyst, Dwayne, and we've got your favorite undergrad, underdog, intern, Benny. How are we doing tonight? Folks, Sabres, Bruins, always get up for a big Bruins matchup.
Yeah, not too bad. Excited to, see how they close out these last two games. Maybe go home with 2 W's. It's a great night last night. Vegas and Jack Eichel eliminated from the playoffs. Hopefully, we secure that pick between 11 and 16. My team's in the Chicklets Cup. It's been a good 24 hours.
Yeah, I mean, it's been a while since we've had a Sabres game and a Sabres pregame show. I'm just excited to watch the team play again for 2 more nights.
Yeah, there's definitely something on TV that a lot of folks are going to be turning the channel to instead. But I'll tell you what, I haven't been this excited to watch the Sabres in a long time, so I'm going to take advantage of it while it's still here, and hopefully the blue and gold can pull out a victory tonight.
And listen, we never get ahead of ourselves here on the Crossing Swords pregame show. We obviously do have the NFL draft show coming up at 7:45, which will time up with the first intermission. But all eyes on Boston for this Sabres entry. We got Owen Power going to Boston for the first time. So a lot to look forward to here. With that said, Dwayne, where does this matchup fall in the landscape of getting back to the matchups of old? I mean, I'm looking at Bruins Sabres highlights with Hasek, where he's like stampeding into the corner about to like decapitate people.
I don't know if the Sabres Bruins rivalry would be like the way it used to be, even back days of Hasek, pre-Miller, Lucic. Because I don't even think the rivalry, was anything special after that. But those days of Hasek and Ray and Barnaby going into TD Garden. It was TD Garden back then, I believe, right? Yeah, TD Garden. Those games were always just like must-watch hockey, almost as much as it was, between Buffalo and Toronto. You never left one of those games disappointed in what you watched, and I hope that the team that Don Granato and Kevin Adams has put together here in Buffalo can really maybe get us back to the way things used to be back in those days. Obviously, a different style of hockey, but I'm very hopeful.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's been tough recently. It's almost felt like the Sabres have been the little brother as of recently, just with Boston, how they've played, and the Sabres have kind of had their struggles. But I mean, it's hard to really just look past the Sabres team now with the way they've been playing, and I mean, it's an Anders Bork revenge game tonight. So I mean, make sure you keep your eyes out for that.
Yeah, it would be interesting if Anders Bjork buries one tonight. I'm looking the other way around. Obviously, Taylor Hall has been on the Bruins. The Bruins are gearing up for another sort of run towards the cup, and it's interesting the way this game might sort of affect the matchups in the Eastern Conference here. Obviously, we have an interesting situation where all the Eastern Conference playoff teams all hit 100 points, and they basically cemented themselves in there like a week and a half ago. So it'll be interesting to see the mindset of the Bruins going into this game where they know they've got everything locked up. They know they're playing a team that has just sort of been inspiring to its fans lately, but could sort of affect who maybe plays who in the first round.
Seriously, could be a lot. I mean, it's very interesting. You're seeing the Kings, resting some of their guys. Everyone in a kind of a different scenario based on where they're at in the standings. But speaking of where they are at, let's take a look. The Sabres just shared this. Just about 30 minutes ago. Obviously, again, this isn't revolutionary. This isn't like the first team to do this. We were seeing, teams do this to others. Were we seeing Jack Eichel and Rasmus Ristolainen era teams doing this too often? I don't know. You could discuss this. And speaking of which, someone who is not doing it on their way to the playoffs is Jack Eichel. Dwayne, as you mentioned earlier, thoughts?
Yeah, as a Sabres fan, yeah, it's great. If you want to be petty, it's great to see him not in the playoffs. At least for this season, I really don't think this will translate. This will happen again next year. But it's great to see, especially because we have that pick. I tend to think that Vegas was easily hands down the most injury-bitten team in the league this year. I mean, every single player that played a huge role on that team at some point missed time this year, and both of their two starting and backup goaltenders had serious injuries this year, leaving Logan Thompson, who played very well. And you can't help that your team isn't scoring. Leaving him to kind of try and carry the load, and he, not that he couldn't do it, but I felt bad for the kid. But yeah, exciting that Vegas will not be in the playoffs, and hopefully that pick falls between 11 and 16. And Buffalo is looking at possibly 2 top 15 picks in this next draft, and of course Florida's pick, which is predicted to probably be between 30 and 32.
I was just checking. I got mute monstered a little bit. Speaking of that update, we got this other update from the Buffalo Sabres. RJ taking questions during the first intermission.
Yeah,
what question should we put for RJ?
Ooh.
How nice is that chair he got? Has he sat in it yet?
I don't know if he's sat in the chair yet. Yeah, it might be. Is it a nice chair? I want to know, does he have a favorite pair of suspenders?
Has he met Rick yet? Has he met Rick?
He has met Rick. Let's go with, do you have a favorite pair of suspenders? And we're submitted. Let's get in there. Vegas playoff odds are 0. I think we got a little bit better odds on our of getting that answered by RJ. So yeah, we will get that in. Obviously, we got 2 more things. Just speaking of RJ, Beyond Blue and Gold. So yeah, they got the embedded series for the Buffalo Bills, Beyond Blue and Gold for the Sabres. Let's face it, it's just one of those things. If you like the Bills or the Sabres, you're gonna love this because it gets you behind the scenes of these teams. It shows you how they work. It's not an over focus on any particular aspect. Nobody's tooting their horn. Just talking about the greatness of RJ Night, all the logistics of it. They're talking about the timing, showing the crowd, showing the anticipated the reaction. Very, very good stuff with Beyond Blue and Gold there. But speaking of something that everyone's looking forward to, Dwayne officially versus Biz Nasty in the Chicklets Cup. You're not excited about your team at all, though, Dwayne, right?
No, I'm pretty excited about our team. One of the more respected guys in Buffalo in terms of junior and travel hockey, Kyle Quick, helped us put together a pretty good team amongst me and a few of my friends, and pretty excited. The Hart Foundation is going from ice to the sport court at Riverworks, and we're gonna do our best in the A division, the top division, for the roller hockey tournament, and things are looking up. We have a pretty good team, and hopefully I can keep up because I am a goalie playing defense, but I think I'll be able to hold my own.
Just don't end up on Biz's highlight reel. That's all we're asking out of you.
Don't end up on the highlight reel?
On Biz's end of it, I don't want to see you on there.
Yeah.
No, I mean, well, I don't know if Biz plays in the roller tournament. I know he does the foot hockey one with the Real Deal Selects, but I'm assuming because they've never done the roller tournament with with a puck and B on sport court, that they're going to be paying attention a lot to see how well it does. And there's 8 teams in each division, so there's going to be a lot of roller hockey happening, obviously with both rinks. And there's a big players party the first night. I'm excited for that. A lot.
Players party.
Huh?
Players party.
Oh, there's a big players party the first night.
I am going to be to the Hart Foundation as Ahmad Rashad was to the 96-97 Bulls. I'm just going to be strapped in at the hip for all the fun and all the shenanigans. I'll just be there for the takes.
You want to be the general manager?
Not the general manager at all. I don't want to be. I just want to be reacting and documenting this team and this journey because it is going to be a scene.
Beyond pink and black. You'll beyond pink and black.
Okay, I don't mind that. I like. Now we're thinking. Now we're using our brain.
We're
Beyond pink and black might have been born. But speaking of a legacy, speaking of leave it. So we have 2 nights left of RJ. It sounds sad to say. It literally does. But thankfully, we'll have him for 2 more games, and that's the last 2 games of the season. Obviously, we're looking for maybe 1 more memorable call, 2 more memorable calls along the way. Besides that, what are we looking for down the stretch of the Sabres season with 120 minutes left to play?
I mean, we've kind of had a fun couple months now as Sabres fans after kind of the dog days of the past decade, and I think as fans just enjoy this last little ride. The team's been hot. Everyone's having fun. I mean, Twitter's been united over Vegas's downfalls, and the Sabres are kind of profiting off of that. So enjoy these games. Probably enjoy the last 2 games of Anders Bjork in a Sabres jersey and kind of go from there.
Craig Anderson goalie goal, and that's going to happen tomorrow.
I think who I'd want it to be. I think if you're looking up and down that list of players of who like not that I'm trying to separate who RJ meant more to from each individual player, but I think it's got to be Alex Tuck for me. Especially after kind of RJ, it said Alec Tuck, not Alex Tuck on the goal he did score. Maybe he would want a mulligan there. So it'd be nice to see Alex Tuck. Another thing too is maybe Owen Power. I don't know. Posto is another name that comes to mind. The guy who's most tenured Sabre next to Gergensons.
Anders Bjork?
No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. Watch it be like friggin'
Cody Eakin.
It's gonna be
watch it be Eakin. Honest to God, watch
That's
his final goal call be Cody Eakin.
Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised. It'll be somebody random, like it'll be Casey Fitzgerald or Cody Eakin or somebody like that.
Yeah.
Well, we're approaching a puck drop here. If you guys got any predictions for the tonight's game against Boston, what are you thinking?
I'm gonna go 4-3 Buffalo. Boston is not the same team. I think they're gonna be an early round knockout. When you talk about the teams that if Buffalo were to fit into the next year's playoff picture, Boston's probably the first team I would remove from the conversation. I don't think they're the same team that they've been the past 5 years. So I'm gonna go for a Buffalo victory. I think Buffalo's playing really hot right now. They're playing really well. I'm gonna say 4-3 in a shootout.
Ooh, interesting. I like that one. I will, if I'm being honest, I'm not feeling too optimistic about this game. I don't know why I say that, but I just sort of had this weird gut feeling. I'm going to say 5-2 Bruins. I feel like Boston just sort of dominates this game, and I feel like Marchand scores like 2 goals, and it just makes everybody mad. So that's going to be my prediction for tonight, unfortunately, but that's the gut feeling I got.
I'm feeling the same way, Vinny. Just something about this game just doesn't feel right. But, I mean, I kind of felt that way a lot of times this year, and this team surprised me. So I'm going to kind of go on Dwayne's side. 3-2 overtime win for the Sabres. Anders Bjork gets a goal as well. He's getting one.
I mean, obviously, you have tomorrow to be the last game. By the way, I'm making my heroic appearance here at the end to take all the credit. Thank you. Yes, well done. I mean, geez, even with tomorrow's game, a win at Boston with the big wins over Toronto, the win on RJ night, the win against Vegas. I mean, that would really be the cherry on top of just a great second half stretch of the season. So definitely optimistic. Hope they can get it done. Let's go 2-1 Sabres, a game that nobody's expecting. 2-1 Sabres, a grimy playing it in the phone booth game against the Boston Bruins, who are just scumbags, while Taylor Hall's being a ridiculous douche in Beantown. Okay, enough said by me. Folks, make sure you make Outlet Liquor the place to buy a case, even if I don't make my internet work 24/7, because we are rocking, we are rolling. it is all about the Sabres. We have tomorrow night. We will actually be at the game for our coverage. Myself, well, I wish our panel could all be there. Obviously, it's tough. But I believe Dwayne's going as well. And so we will be in the house for RJ's last call. Huge shout out to Chris and Nicole from the Sabres media department for hooking us up with that. And we'll also be at Locker Room Cleanout on Saturday. So super excited about that. Super excited about all the Sabres have had going on in the second half. So shout out to our panel for playing on both halves. Obviously, Dwayne S39, B Cristiano 3, Vinny 3 as they call him around the parts in St. Joe's. And of course, Gatesy,
wrong side.
Gatesy 35 on Twitter. Because here at the Crossing Swords pregame show, we are all about outlet liquor. But as far as our passions, as far as our dreams, it's all about one thing.
Let's go, Buffalo.